Hello everyone. Okay, so what we're going to be making today is another easy casserole. And we're going to be making chicken bacon ranch tater tot casserole. So what I'm going to be using is a rotisserie chicken. This is just a cold rotisserie chicken. I'm going to go ahead and debone it, get all the meat off the bone. You're going to need some flour, some ranch dressing, some tater tots or crispy crowns. You're gonna need some crispy onions for the top. You can use any brand that you'd like. We're gonna need some milk, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a 16-ounce block of cheese. Now, if you're not a big cheese fanatic like I am, you can just use an 8-ounce, but I love cheese. And we're gonna need some butter and a pack of bacon. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna get the bacon started. You're gonna go ahead and cook the bacon and then just set it off to the side. And then I'm gonna debone my chicken and I'm going to grate my cheese. But once the bacon is done, I will be back to show you what we do next. Okay, so I went ahead and got the chicken off the bone. I have about 1 cup of whole milk here. I have about 3/4 cup of the ranch dressing, 2 tablespoons of flour, and then 3 tablespoons of butter. And then I went ahead and cooked all of my bacon. I'm just going to break it up in little pieces. And then over here I have my buttered casserole dish. You can use whatever kind of nonstick spray you like. And then I still have my spices here and the crispy onions there in the back. So the first thing we're going to do, I have my stove on between 4 and 6, and we're going to melt the butter. Once the butter is melted, we're going to add in our flour and we're going to whisk it together with a whisk. And you're just going to cook it for a few minutes to get the flour taste off. And then you're going to slowly whisk in your milk until it's thickened. So once the butter is fully melted, I will be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, our butter is melted. So go ahead and add your 2 tablespoons of flour, and then you're just going to whisk this for a few minutes. So I'm going to continue to do this. I would say whisk it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to slowly add in your milk. So a little bit at a time, but I'll be back once we get to that step. Okay, I did whisk it for 3 minutes. So now go ahead and just slowly start adding your milk in and whisk it. So I'm going to continue to do that until I use up all my milk, and then I will be back. Okay, so now what we're going to do, as you can see, it's nice and smooth, and it did get thick. So go ahead and turn off your heat, remove this from the heat. And now you're gonna add your spices. So salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, give it a good mix. And then you're gonna add your ranch, and then you're gonna give it a good stir. The spices is up to you. I'm probably gonna do 3 twists of salt. I love black pepper, so I'll probably do a lot of that. Onion powder, garlic powder, I know what I like just by looking at it, but I would say at least 1 tablespoon. If you need to add more, you can go ahead and add more. So go ahead and add your garlic powder, onion powder, some salt, black pepper, give it a stir. And then go ahead and add in your ranch dressing, give it a stir. And then go ahead and preheat your oven a while to 350. So I'm gonna do that. I will be back once I add the spices and the ranch into this mixture. Okay, so this is what we're looking like after we added everything in here. And I did add another tablespoon of milk. So if you think that your mixture is super thick, go ahead and add a little bit more milk to your liking. So that is all ready to go. It's off the heat. So now what we're gonna do, I got my cheese block shredded and my bacon all crumbled up. You're gonna add half of the bacon, because we're gonna save some of the bacon for the top. Or maybe, well, that'll work, because we want a little bit more. Yeah, that's about half it. And you're gonna take half of the cheese, because we're gonna put the rest of the cheese on top. I don't wanna put too much, I'll end up dropping it all. All right, and then you're gonna give that a good mix. I'm gonna need both hands. Once I mix this, I will be back to show you what we do next. Okay, I gave it a good mix, and now you're gonna pour your sauce into this bowl and give it a good mix. And then what you're gonna do is get your hash browns out, or your crowns, if that's what you're using. We're gonna start off by lining the hash browns or crowns on the bottom of your casserole dish. So once I get my cream mixture into this bowl and give it a good mix, and I get my first layer down of the hash browns / crowns, I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, I got my mixture all mixed together, and I got my Sebastian is coming to say hi. It's about time for him to eat and his evening medicine. That's what he's waiting for. But yeah, go ahead. I went ahead and lined the bottom of my pan with my crispy crowns / hash browns, whatever you're using. Now you're gonna go ahead and just you're gonna put all of this mixture on top of the hash browns, and then you're gonna do one more layer of hash browns on top. You're gonna stick it in your 350-degree preheated oven for at least 30 minutes. I will let you know how long I cooked mine. I know ovens vary, but I'm not gonna top it with the cheese yet. I'm not gonna top, he's persistent. I'm not gonna, all right, oh my, he's funny. Okay, let me try to get this finished and I can get this in the oven and then feed him. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get your mixture on top of your hash browns, top the top with hash browns again. I'll give you a quick peek to show you what it looks like after each step, just so you know. So I will be back. Okay, I got the mixture on top, and then you just kind of spread it as best you can. And now he was quiet while I was doing this, and now I started recording and talking, and now he's gonna meow again. I'm almost done, Sebastian, I promise. So now you're gonna go ahead and line the top with the hash browns. So I'm gonna do this really quick. As soon as I get it covered, I'll show you what it looks like before I get it into the oven. Okay, so that's what we're looking like, and that was a 30-ounce bag. That was a 30-ounce bag of the crispy crown, and there's literally only a couple left, so worked out perfectly. So I put the remainder of the cheese back in the refrigerator, and I have the bacon just sitting off to the side. We're not gonna add any of that yet because we want the hash browns to cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the oven, set the timer for 30 minutes. I'll see what it looks like. I'll let you guys know how long I cooked it. That way you know by the time you're watching this video, but 30 minutes to start, and I will be back. Okay, it did bake for 30 minutes. You're gonna leave your oven on, and now you're gonna top with the remainder of your cheese, and then we're gonna put it back in the oven just until the cheese is melted. I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. Probably take my oven 10 to 15 minutes. And then we're gonna pull it back out of the oven, and we're gonna top it with the crispy onions and the bacon, put it back in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes. So go ahead and just top it with the remainder of your cheese. So I'm gonna do that and put it back into the oven just until the cheese is melted. I'll show you what it looks like once I pull it out. Okay, I just pulled it out of the oven, and I did have it in there for 10 minutes. So now you're gonna take your crispy onions, and this is a 3.5-ounce bag. Now I love these, so I'll probably add the whole entire bag. So you're gonna go ahead and add your crispy onions on top, and then you're gonna add the remainder of your bacon on top, and put it back in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. I would stand here and keep an eye on it just to make sure the crispy onions don't get too brown. And then once we pull it out of the oven, then, oops, I'm making a mess. Then we're just gonna leave it sit for about 15 minutes until everything sets up. But once I get this into the oven, bake it for 5 to 10 minutes, I will be back to show you what it looks like once we pull it out. So don't forget to add the remainder of the bacon on top of the onions, and I will be back. Okay, our chicken bacon ranch tater tot casserole is done. And I did just have it in there for 5 minutes. That looks delicious. It smells delicious. So now what you're going to do is just let it sit here for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will give it a cut and give it a taste. So I will be back. Okay, let's give this a taste. Looks delicious. I did let it sit for 15 minutes. It just helps it to set up better so it doesn't all spread all over the place when you go to cut it. It's probably still gonna be hot. It's still steaming. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Oh. Definitely still hot. Absolutely delicious. And it makes it so easy with the hash browns and using the rotisserie chicken. If you wanted to cook your own chicken, you definitely can do that. And the crispy onions on top, the bacon. Absolutely delicious. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you make this, please let me know how you like it. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great day and a great rest of your week. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.